Hey crafters! We are working on another upcycle project today, which you know I love upcycling or refashioning, remaking existing garments into pieces that maybe are totally different, maybe are things that I can wear more than I would be able to use the original pieces. As a little added challenge today, I'm working with two pieces, one of which I got for free and another of which I shopped my closet for. So I'm considering that free as well because it was something I was going to get rid of, but I think I'm able to change it into something that I'm going to love. This is a really fun kind of project, but it can be a good brain teaser, a good stretch for the creative muscles because it can be a little tricky to transform totally different garments into something brand new. I enjoyed this project a lot as just that kind of creative brain break. I hope you're going to enjoy it as well. I know there's a lot going on in our world, and watching the world news is really hard. And yeah, it's some tough stuff. And of course, our love's going out to all the folks who are closer to it and dealing with it and all of those things. So this video is obviously not meant to ignore that or minimize what's going on. Obviously that's not even possible. Nobody creating content right now is trying to ignore what's happening, but I did find this project to be a nice kind of brain teaser, to a moment to make my brain focus on something creative and give myself a project to work on. That's oftentimes a really positive like coping mechanism for me, to just take a little brain vacation, create something, and then, you know, head on back to normal life and all those things as well. So I'm hoping you enjoy this project today. Hope it's a positive moment for you in your day. I am actually wearing the item that we're upcycling. So spoiler, it worked. We did have success. So let's head on home. I will show you the pieces we're working with, the thoughts and processes I'm going to go through to change these things into a totally different piece. And I hope you guys come on the sewing journey with me today. Of course, lots of love to everybody out there, and we hope everybody watching is well and safe and staying crafty. So let's dive into this project. Let's go on a little crafty vacation and I'll show you what we're working with. Well, I picked up this shirt in my neighborhood in a free pile, and I was really excited to find it. The cotton fabric is very comfortable. It is a men's extra large. Apparently it was Polo Ralph Lauren originally. So lovely shirt to work with. My only problem is there isn't quite as much fabric as I thought there was to work with initially. I tried it on. It is very big in the shoulders on me and very boxy, but it is not that long. You might notice it's, you know, it's not too much longer than it seems to be wide. I mean, just by looking at it. So I've been playing around with this. I love the feel of the cotton. The colors are not that amazing on me, just with kind of the beige background. I love the maroon. I love the blue. Beige and cream just doesn't do me any favors. So I thought, okay, I probably don't want to wear this right near my face, but maybe I could make a skirt with it. Kind of like the Hawaiian skirt I made last year out of a Hawaiian shirt. Check out my upcycle playlist if you want to check that one out. That was a fun project. Thought about doing a skirt with this shirt. There's just not that much fabric. I don't know. Another idea was to make some shorts out of it because I thought that could be so comfy. But I tried bringing out one of my favorite short patterns and there just wasn't enough fabric. So I was kind of scratching my head a little until I started cleaning out my closet. And then I found this shirt. Now, this is something that I upcycled a while ago. I did buy it at Goodwill, but this was one of those shirts where I've done this project a few times for upcycles. I cut in the shoulders and re-stitch the sleeves back on the garment. This is a men's shirt. It's a size 16, but you can tell it's a little narrower in the shoulders than that men's 16 would normally be. So this was already an upcycle project, and I've worn it. I really appreciate the length. It's cute. It's great with like yoga pants or whatever. Still a little boxy, a little menswear inspired, but great length. Here's my big beef. I don't like the sleeves at all. They have this really big opening, and the button fastener is quite near the end of the sleeve. And when you move, this like poofs out a lot, and you get this like really weird poofy sleeve thing. And so that just bugs me. It really bugs me. So I was actually thinking of passing this shirt on because it just annoys me. And then if I try rolling the sleeves up, there's this just giant opening and the sleeves don't stay rolled, and it's like, What if we combine this shirt with this shirt and see what we can come up with? You know, the colors are nice. I think the fabric is a very similar weight. Might be able to save this garment and save this one. We'll see. Here's what I'm thinking. Since I don't like the sleeves, why don't we cut off the sleeves? Let's make it short sleeve. Hang on. Okay, back this up. Okay, what if we say we make it short sleeve? Let's eliminate the thing that bugs us, right? Okay, short sleeve. And then, how are we using this shirt? I'm thinking, what if we cut it off right under the pocket and kind of right under the arms? And then we'll have this long rectangle of fabric at the bottom. So kind of look like that, kind of. And then what if we add the long rectangle of fabric? We'll have to gather it a little bit and make it a little roughly. What if we add it to the bottom of the Cambry denim shirt and turn the shirt tunic into like a drop waist dress? Are you picturing this with me? I think this could be really comfortable and could actually be kind of cute in kind of a funky kind of way. I would then have like the top fabric of the shirt left. Hopefully I would have enough to maybe like make a belt, maybe even do something with the sleeves. I'm also playing with the idea of maybe like taking off these sleeves and adding these sleeves instead, or maybe adding like a ruffle or a band of fabric from this shirt to these sleeves when I shorten them and hem them. I don't know. You know what? I'm thinking this could work. Yeah, okay. It looks a little messy. Looks a little theoretical at this point, but I'm gonna try it. I'll show you what I come up with. Okay, guys, well, we have lots happening. We got the skirt part stitched on. You noticed I trimmed the sleeves a little shorter after trying them on. They were just a little too tight. And of course, that was my fault when I sewed these sleeves back on after bringing the shoulders in. I think I narrowed the sleeves a little too much, so shortening them seemed like a good way to get rid of some of that fabric that was in the way. But of course, that means we need to finish these edges. And my original thought was to use some of the shirt fabric to make, or sorry, the other shirt fabric to make like a double fold bias tape to kind of wrap around the raw edges and finish them, and then also leave like a band of the contrasting fabric, which would of course go with the skirt. Thought that would look really cool. Well, I was contemplating my shirt and the remaining fabric that I have, and I started thinking, okay, well, I need to cut some strips of fabric out to make some of that bias tape for myself. And then I noticed the hems on the sleeves. Ha ha! What if I cut that off? What if I sew that to the sleeves on the other shirt and use this almost like a double fold bias tape, open it up, and then sew it to the denim shirt, encase the raw edges, and stitch it back down. Thankfully, this cuff is a little bit longer than the cuff on the denim shirt, so it should work just perfect. Let me show you the one I've been working on. Okay, so this one has not been seam ripped. I need to seam rip it all the way around. You'll also notice that I left about 1/2 inch extra fabric. That's going to be my seam allowance to stitch it on the shirt. Okay, so I'll work on this one in a second. Let's take a look at the one that I started to work on. Okay, so here I am. I've got my cuff of the you guys can't see that very well, sorry. Let me come around a little bit. All right, so I got the cuff of the contrasting shirt. I've opened up the stitching, so it's now just basically a strip of fabric. One edge has been ironed down. And now, if I pin this to the outside of the sleeve, all the way around, I'm pinning basically my seam allowance, that 1/2 inch. I'm going to pin all the way around and stitch a 1/2 inch in. I have my pins going the wrong way for a reason, because I want to show you. Pretend those pins are lines of stitching. Let's say that I pin it, stitch it all the way around. I got this here. Cool. What would I do next? Well, then I'm going to flip over the rest of the fabric. The folded edge will go over the edge of the denim shirt. And then the ironed edge would go to the back. And then I would stitch this down. I could probably just stitch it by hand, honestly, on the inside. And then I would have a finished edge and a cuff. And thankfully there is enough extra fabric on this cuff so that I can roll some edges under. Like I'm going to need to roll this edge in and sew it so that I'll have a clean edge underneath. And I'll need to do that on the other side too, so all the edges are finished. But yeah, I think it's gonna work. I need to thread rip the other cuff, and I need to pin this on the right way and stitch it. And then I can do a little fold over magic and a little more stitching. I think it'll work. Let's try it. Hey everybody, it is the next day, and yes, I did a whole bunch of work on this last night, and we have a dress. Let's take a look. Hey, I really like these cuffs. I am seriously going to remember this idea. Man, borrow the cuff from another shirt that has slightly bigger sleeves, or even use the bottom hem of the shirt to rehem some sleeves. That is like one of my favorite things. I love that. And then of course we got the skirt on here. A little bit of gathering, not that much. It would have been rufflier if I was working with a shirt that was bigger. So I'm definitely going to keep my eyes peeled for some more button-down shirts to be doing some like shirt extending projects with. Oh, you also saw late last night I ended up using my rotary cutter and cut some strips of fabric to make, hang on, where's my belt? Here we go. I made a belt to maybe cinch the waist a little bit. The dress is a drop waist style, and it's like super like slouchy, super boxy right now. I think I might add a belt. I sewed the strips that I cut from the remaining shirt. I sewed them into a really long snake of fabric and then folded that in half to sew up a giant tube, turned the tube right side out, ironed it flat, stitched the ends closed, and then you can see I did a little bit of stitching on the top to try to keep this belt flat when I wear it and when I wash it. So got a little belt going on. Oh, and I noticed that of course the buttons on the contrasting shirt were white originally, and then the buttons on the denim shirt were brown, and instead of having them mix matched, I decided to add some extra buttons from the denim shirt to the contrasting shirt just to give a little more cohesiveness. I don't know if anybody else besides myself would notice that, but I feel like it just makes it look a little more intentional instead of two shirts that are different and sewn together. Well, you guys, I'm really happy about this shirt, dress thing that we have just created. I'm going to try this on and hopefully get some photos to show you what it looks like on. And while I do that, hey, give this video a thumbs up if you're all in for upcycling, and consider subscribing for more fun stuff from Partners in Craft. We're always up to something around here. And you guys, everyone stay safe and stay well as well. And hopefully I will see you soon in one of our next projects. But right now, I'm going to put this dress on and get ready to take some pictures.